Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to Delta Rules. In today's video, we got more unusual options activities. Now, guys, remember the information presented by Delta Rules is for educational purposes only. Trading stocks and options involve risks that are not suitable for all investors. Please make sure to always do your own due diligence. Now, guys, if you ended up on this video and you don't know anything about options trading or about how options work, I do have 3 courses down below that will teach you about options from top to bottom, as well as a video showing you how to set up a scanner on Thinkorswim for unusual options activity. Having said that, the first stock that we're going to be going into today is going to be EDU. And I have brought this one up before. I believe I brought this one up about a month and a half ago. And I got into some unusual options that really got clapped, to be completely honest with you guys. Those options didn't do very well. However, it looks like someone is coming back in here and even buying more. Now, looking at the chart, we could tell that for the past, let me put this in a yearly. For the past 4 months or so, this has been taking a beating. This is a Chinese stock. They are in the business of private educational services. And they're, this is not the only stock that is actually getting quite a bit of unusual options activity in this sector. So this is definitely something I'm looking at. Now, looking down at the option time and sales, I just find this very interesting. But 79% of the options that were traded today were traded at the ask price. Looking down to the option time and sales, we could actually tell that this have been getting purchased aggressively. These are for the 16th of July, so they are actually very short-term calls. And coming down here, or coming up here to the 4th of July, we can actually tell that those 10.5s, there was a 45,000 volume on those 10.5 calls for the 16th of July. Now, looking at the actual calls price to see how it's actually been moving, this is actually what it looks like. It started at 25 cents. It's now at 50 cents. So that's 100% on those options. So they have gone up a little bit. So it may just be a good idea to wait for this to calm down as far as the volatility, the volume goes, to then be actually able to get back in there. Because as you guys could tell, the volatility for the past year or so is as high as it's ever been. It's at a 96% percentile. So this is definitely something I'm looking at. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I wouldn't even mind hopping into this play with the volatility where it's at, simply because of the options activities that's going on here. So this is the first one I'm looking at. The second one I'm going to be looking at is going to be DOYU. And I haven't seen this before, to be completely honest with you, but they are in the business of developing game-driven live streaming platforms, and this is pretty much what they do. As you guys could tell, 74% of the options that were purchased today were traded at the ask price. And coming down here to the option time and sales, so we could tell that there was a very high volume for the 7.5 calls for the short-term options. And we could tell that they're quite pricey for a $7.21 stock. They're quite pricey, although it's very, very close to the money already. So this is definitely another one I'm looking at. Volatility is also high. If we come down here to the chart, let me actually move this back to my red. We could tell that it's actually also been taking quite a beating for the past 4 months. And this is also a Chinese stock. This is also a Chinese play. So this is definitely another one that I'm liking. And I do have an extra one for you guys today, and that is RIG, R-I-G. And let's actually take a look. Hold on. What's happening? There we go. All right, so that's RIG. That is Transocean Limited, and they provide offshore drilling services for oil and gas wells. So that is pretty much what they do. Coming down here to the actual option time and sales, we could tell that there was quite a bit of volume for this 20th of August calls, as well as for the 30th of July, but there was quite a bit of volume for the 4 and the 5 calls on there. Coming down here to the 20th of August, we could tell that the 4 and 4.5 and the 5 call, there was quite a bit of volume on there. We would have to actually take a look at this after 3 a.m. You know, I have been bringing the videos to you guys after 3 a.m. usually because the option chain updates, but this time I decided to do it a little bit earlier. But we would have to see. But it is definitely something I'm assuming they're buying this on here. I don't think they're getting out of this calls. So this is definitely another one I'm looking at. This one has actually been performing pretty well. However, looking at the max, we could tell that they have been taking a beating overall. And they are actually now recovering. So this is definitely one that I am looking at. This is definitely one I am looking at, especially for the long term. They are a big company. Don't get it misconstrued, you know, with the 465 price. They are a big company. I believe they are about a $2 billion company, if I'm not mistaken, over a $2 billion company. So this is definitely something I'm looking at. But that is pretty much it. That is what I had for you guys. I really appreciate everybody that has been liking, subscribing. I really love you guys. Stay safe out there.